Mr. Marty Show.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Oh, the Mr. Marty Show. The Mr. Marty Show. So glad you're here. So glad you're here, my friend. Pull up a chair. I'm gonna fill you with joy. I'll fill you with such great cheer. So much you're gonna let out. Grab a chair. Yahoo! For the Mr. Marty Show. 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 Show, 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 show. Show where something happened on the Mr. Marty Show.
Dad, I was 5 when you carried me down the stairs, 5 a.m. We were heading out to Wyoming. You and Mom finally packed the van. Never ever said the words I love you, yet you were always very clear. Actions always are louder than words. When I said, Dad, I love you, you said, same here. Dad, I remember when I was worried about making a living with my guitar. You said anyone can make money, but nowhere to put your heart. You never words I love you. Yet you were always very clear. Actions always are louder than words. When I said, Dad, I love you, you said, same here. Dad, I recall you were always working to support a wife and kids, sitting late at night, getting the checkbook right, trying to keep it from running off the skids. You never ever said the words I love you. Yet you were always very clear. Actions always are louder than words. When I said, Dad, I love you, you said, same here. Dad, when you were dying, I thanked you for everything you shared. I said, I want you to know, Dad, how I love you so. He smiled and whispered, same here. You never ever said the words I love you. Yet you were always very clear. Actions always are louder than words. When I said, Dad, I love you, you said, same here. You never ever said the words I love you. Yet you were always very clear. Actions always are louder than words. When I said, Dad, I love you, said, same here.
Marty fans, Ma Gilmore here, and I'm with, as always,
MJ, and you might see Marshall every
and
now and then.
Marshall is here, and one of our favorites. Now, today we're talking about one of my favorites, drive-ins. What do you think?
Oh, yeah. Well, when I think of drive-ins, the first thing I think of is movies. And I really miss the drive-in
Oh, yeah.
movies. It used to be so much fun, and remember the days, well, maybe you didn't do this, but again, this goes to my delinquent past, where you'd get into your father's station wagon, and you'd cram like 6 people in, but they only see 2.
Right.
You go to pay and you order the, quiet
Crunch
and everything.
down.
And crunch down and go to the drive-in movie. But they were so much fun, the take me up to the lobby.
Yeah,
take
you
me
had
up to
the little
lobby.
jingle.
The little jingle.
Oh, I love it, yeah.
And when you watch the movie Grease and you're reminiscent of a drive-in movie. And,
Oh, yeah.
and so those were fun.
They are. I say they are because in Tulsa, Oklahoma, we have our Admiral Twin. And Admiral Twin has a screen on one side and a screen on the other, and they play different movies, and it's still going on for 60, 70 years, Mike? And probably 70 years. And those were fun times. Yeah, I don't think I ever crammed anybody into there, but I had a delinquent past too.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
no.
You said darn instead of...
Yeah, I was one of those. Yeah, and when I think of the drive-in movie, Mom and Dad would take me, and it was easier because Mom was in a wheelchair, so she could just sit in the car. And we watched The Greatest Show on Earth.
Oh, yeah.
We watched 10 Commandments there. They didn't have TVs that showed the movies right like we do today. So those were really good moments in my life. And I think one year we took Mom to a drive-in for Mother's Day. That's what she wanted. And I thought, that may have been when we saw The Greatest Show on Earth. But I love those. Then my next special drive-in is the drive-in restaurant.
Oh, yes.
And what is your favorite restaurant?
Back in the day, now this is Villa Park based. I don't know if it was located anywhere else. It was a Cock Robin, and they were noted for their burgers and their shakes and their ice cream. And you'd go into Cock Robin. There's also Dog and Subs, I think it was.
Yeah.
And they were the hot dogs and the root beer floats.
Oh my!
Those were excellent. And then now current, you've got Sonic, which we go to occasionally. But you can drive through it, you can park on the other side and eat, You can go into the, what do you call those, car carousel things and have them come out of the tray.
Come out.
You can come inside and eat, so those were fun. I miss having a lot of those drive-thrus.
And Sonic always had one of the best burgers. You can taste the burger now. In Tulsa, I go back to Tulsa, where I'm from, we had Pennington's. Now, Pennington's was the drive-in place that you would go to be seen. I had a 47 Dodge, so everybody could see me and knew this big, huge car was mine. All of the teenagers went there, and one of the best things they had were their onion rings. Their onion rings were very thin, but they were crunchy and just really good. And Pennington's went out a few years ago, and I know the Restless Ribbon, as it was called, because all of the cars, the teenagers were going up and down. When they went to Pennington's, they'd go in, then they'd go down the Restless Ribbon, and those were fun times. And they finally had to close for whatever reason, probably money reason, but it was really darn good. We talk about Culver's, and we talk about, the ones that we have now, they're good, but I think they can't beat Pennington's or Sonic.
Right.
Sonic is really
Dog and Suds.
and Dog and Suds.
Yeah.
And A&W root beer.
Oh yeah, and Steak and Shake too.
Steak and Shake, yeah. And I remember the first Steak and Shake I ever went to. It was on our way to Michigan, so it had to have been in Michigan. And Steak and Shake, they would send their people who were going to be employees that would take the orders and everything out from outside. They would take them and bring them to Michigan, and they would teach them. They all had black and white uniforms on, and some of them had skates. They had skate up to the car. And I thought, well, that's really interesting that they take these kids and teach them what to do.
And do you know where the first Steak and Shake was located at?
No, I don't.
Bloomington, Illinois.
Very good. Well,
I
those
went to
people had
Illinois
their
State
fun.
University,
Uh-huh.
and I'm really proud. We're the very home of the very first Steak and
That
Shake.
is really good. And I bet the employees had to go to this,
They probably did.
yeah, to this learning center, and it was really good. So, drive-ins, both movies and both food, and that there's a lot of food ones, but not very many drive-ins anymore.
Right.
So, wish they would come back. This is Ma Gilmore, and
MJ.
as always, we wish you peace.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Delicious things to eat.
The popcorn can't be beat. The sparkling drinks are just dandy. The chocolate bars and the candy. So let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Drive-in theatres, also known as drive-in cinemas or just drive-ins, were once very popular in Australia. Although considered an American invention, there is evidence of outdoor cinemas in Western Australia, where some patrons attended in their cars as far back as 1938. And it is possible that these facilities may even predate the first American-style drive-in theatre. Many have since closed, with the large amounts of land taken up by drive-ins being sold off to build houses or shopping centres. Although in recent years, a number of drive-in theatres have reopened or expanded the number of screens available. The photograph of the former Starlight drive-in sign, the first neon sign in our capital Canberra, and the only drive-in sign in Australia that is still in its original location. Today, a handful of drive-ins remain across the country, scattered like hidden gems, waiting to be rediscovered. Despite their decline, these venues offer a rare glimpse into a simpler time while continuing to adapt to the needs of modern moviegoers.
I'm coming to you from Honor, Michigan, from the Cherry Bowl Drive-In Theater. The Cherry Bowl opened in 1953. Michigan used to be home to dozens of drive-in theaters, but now only 9 remain open. The Cherry Bowl almost closed a little over a decade ago when theaters needed to make the conversion from 35mm to the digital movie format. This conversion cost tens of thousands of dollars, and most drive-ins did not have the capacity to pay for it. Honda Motor Company hosted a web-based contest in 2013 to raise awareness of the plight facing drive-in theaters. People could vote for their favorite drive-in, and Honda would cover the cost of conversion to digital for the 5 drive-in theaters with the most votes across the United States. Michiganders cast their votes, and the Cherry Bowl was one of the 5 drive-ins to win, and was able to remain open as a result. We had another scare about a year ago when a for sale sign appeared in front of the Cherry Bowl Drive-In. The longtime owners were retiring, but fortunately, the new owners are committed to keeping the Cherry Bowl open and maintaining its nostalgic atmosphere, which we all love. If you're ever in northern Michigan, vacationing, come visit us at the Cherry Bowl Drive-In. What's showing now? How to Train Your Dragon and The Last Rodeo. We'll be here on Friday night to catch the shows and soak in the drive-in theater experience. Happy watching, folks! Most famous drive-thrus in Chicago called Superdome, and
It's my favorite. Superdawg, D-A-W-G for dog, was opened in May 1948 by Maury and Florrie Berman. The family still runs Superdawg to this day. You can find Superdawg at the intersection of Milwaukee, Devon, and Nagle Avenues in Chicago, Illinois. The address is not needed to find this popular restaurant because their mascots, Maury and Florrie, named after Maury and Florrie Berman, can easily be seen from atop the restaurant's roof. Address: 6363 North Milwaukee Ave, just if you're wondering. Superdawg is known for their Superdogs with a signature green pickle tomato, one of Superdawg's distinctions from the classic Chicago-style hot dog. Along with it's spicier than usual hot dog. They even say on the menu that it's, quote quote, not a Red Hot, not a Frankfurter, not a Wiener, but our exclusive Superdawg. Superdawg is also known for their double cheeseburgers called Whooper Cheesies, diced ice cream, and to never put ketchup on any of their hot dogs. If a customer requests ketchup, it is provided on the side. Superdawg is a spectacular restaurant with excellent food. I heart Superdawg. Fun fact, Superdawg was a leader in helping establish the hot dog emoji in 2015. I didn't know that. Information found at Wikipedia. Thanks.
Hi, Mr. Marty fans. Gilmore here. I'm standing in front of the drive-in, the theater screen of McKinley Theater. Now, it is part of the golden age of cinema. They have so many things to do here. Each night is a different theme. They have bring your dog to the theater. Now, dogs are always welcome, but on August 22nd, dogs will get a special treat. They also have fill your car with people and have one entrance fee of $15. Now, you can't go to a cinema, let alone watch two nice movies for $15 for a whole carload. And their popcorn always is made with real butter. I don't think I even use real butter in my own at-home popcorn. And then they are celebrating John Hughes, the director. He has got the Breakfast Club, he has Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and so many more that you can come and see. And you get the 3 all in one package, so you could stay many hours here. They're open all the way through December. And with our winters, who does that? They're open all through December. So bring your blanket, bring your pillows, bring your kids, bring your dogs, and come and visit this booming place in McHenry Outdoor Theater. And as always, I bid you a wholehearted peace.
Our mission at Mr. Marty is to create a show of variety that feeds the soul, with people from around the world contributing. We can become as big as your gift will allow us to be. Won't you consider joining the team? Go to martinmccormack.com and pledge a monthly contribution. Let's keep this growing.
I've been working on a livelong day, month after month, just making my pay. Lord, there's gotta be a better way. It's giving me the hanging on blues. The boss man on my assembly line is growling that I gotta work overtime. Was already about to lose my mind from living with the hanging on blues. You know I'm hanging on for way too long, trying to make sense of it all, to keep on playing along, long, long. You know I'm hanging on, I'm barely making right from wrong. And when it feels like getting ahead, I'm just paying my dues. But all I get is more of these hanging on blues. I got a second job, I jackhammer all night. I'm standing on the street in the hot spotlight. My back and my finger are aching all right from all of these hanging on blues. It's like everybody's living on a minimum wage, and it's more than enough to drive a man to rage. But if you can't afford the book, you can't turn the page. All about the hanging on blues. You know I'm hanging on for so damn long, trying to make sense of it all, to keep on playing along, long, long. I said I'm hanging on, I'm barely making right from wrong. And when it feels like getting ahead, I'm just paying my dues. But all I got is more of these hanging on blues. Just a mile or two from Easy Street, but you can't get there on your own 2 feet. You need a limousine with a plush backseat to get you past the hanging on blues. And Father Time is just scratching his head, while Mother Nature's trying to keep us all fed. The man in the moon can barely get out of bed, 'cause they all got the hanging on blues. You know I'm hanging on for way too long, trying to make sense of it all, to keep on playing along, long, long. You know I'm hanging on, I'm barely making right from wrong. And when it feels like getting ahead, I'm just paying my dues. 'Cause all I get is more of these hanging on blues. I said that all I got is more of these hanging on blues. I said all I got is all of these hanging on blues.
Well, we're getting right down to the wire now, where we're going to paint the eye. And the eye is obviously the most important part of this picture. It'll give this bear some soul and personality. So good luck to us. There's a lot of different kinds of pictures and photos of bears' eyes. They usually are kind of like a golden, orangey brown with a brown to black iris. So that's what I gotta try to get, and get it with the reflection and everything right of the light pattern to make it look as real as possible. So here we go. I've got the color, but now I'm just going to look up grizzly bear eye. Simple as that. Let's see what images I got. Yeah, this looks like very computer generated, that one, but what I want to see is something a little more. That's golden. That one's a little more brown. So let's look at the images. So you can see that what I want to try to find is something that's a little more in keeping, kind of close, not to that, but to that. So you can see there's a dark brown kind of that shadows it. Now, are all the eyes like that? Let's see. And then there's that dark retina. All right, here's one. Again, a little more liquidy. So I'm not sure, but I'm going to have to now play with light and dark. This is really nice. See that goldenness and then that dark iris. So, if we look at that, it gives us an idea, but not exactly what we want. So I'm going to keep working on it. All right, so what do we have here, huh? We're getting very, very close. What I'm going to do is let this dry a little bit and introduce just the lightest hint of black to make that pop out a little bit. Maybe put a little more of the white, but as you can see, if I pull back a little bit, that's pretty darn convincing, right? Don't you think? I think so. Ooh. So, not too much to do there. Look at that. Look at that eye. So, we'll see. I'm coming in just with a very delicate brush, just using the thinnest brush I have. Let's look. There we go. Look pretty real to you, doesn't it? There you have it. I'm presenting to you the third piece in the One-Eyed series, the One-Eyed Grizzly. And I hope you enjoyed this painting expedition. I'm very thrilled with it myself. So, on to the next project, and thank you for watching.
Hello, everybody, and thank you for watching the show. Thanks for watching the show, the Mr. Marty Show, the Mr. Marty Show, the Mr. Marty Show. Thank you, you, for watching the show. It was all about drive-thrus and how we really like drive-thrus because it allows you to stay in your car and get yummy food. Thanks for watching the show. Goodbye, everybody, and thank you for watching the show. I hope you enjoyed today's show.
Yeah, excuse me, can I please get a double cheeseburger? Oh, can I have a Diet Coke too?
This is not a drive-thru.
Yes, it is.
Okay, goodbye. Thank you for watching the show. Bye.